after the centre of Sydney, is the most historic place in urban Australia in terms of European settlement. The plan was laid down in 1789. Since that time, the Church Street axis has been the lifeblood of Parramatta, the north-south axis. So we've been working on this fascinating project for the last 4 years to extend public access along the riverfront through this most historic of bridges, Lennox Bridge. We're opening 2 portals on the riverbank level to let people walk through, cycle through. We want to make this a public waterfront and extend access all the way through the bridge, past the bridge to Parramatta Park.
They're digging these tunnels, but they're digging them from the top down, through the road, down to the level of the bottom, and then they're going to put the tunnels in. This site is important to the whole state because it's one of the most important old bridges built in the late 1830s.
So we had done a lot of research on the history of the bridge, and we knew that the bridge had been altered. As Parramatta had grown, the bridge had got wider. The original bridge was 1839. It had been widened on the western side with a walkway, and then again in the 1930s.
I came in here right at the beginning because according to the New South Wales Heritage Act, if you're going to excavate in a historic site, you have to have an archaeologist do it. So we have to be here all the time, any digging is going under the ground, to watch what's going on, to look for any significant objects or changes.
So we always knew that there was going to be archaeology in the bridge, and when the early days of the work, we found what we were expecting to find, so small pieces of pottery, bottles, food bones, and we thought that would probably be the extent of the fill that we'd find.
Initially during the piling process, which is the piling you can see on the side there, we found the stones in the third wall. We expected to find things, but nothing of this significance.
The first thing, we started over there and we dug away and we found the original 1830s wall, western wall, outside wall, which we never knew if it'd be there or not.
As we went down further and further, we actually realised that this was a truly significant find.
During excavation, we found a few pieces of the timber of the first bridge, and then Franz, the archaeologist, came down and we uncovered it from there.
So we were expecting road surfaces. So we came down to road surfaces which were basically made out of crushed shale and crushed fine sandstone and then compacted. So we found those. But then towards the east, we found the top levels of this retaining wall. And we recorded all the surfaces and we thought that was basically it. And then we exposed this side of the retaining wall until we got down to the actual wall of the old so-called jail bridge. The wood was probably part of the bridge girders. So there were solid beams stretching from abutment to pier or from pier to pier.
That was built here in 1804, which is 16 years after the first settlement.
So none of us knew that we'd find an old bridge inside. None of us knew exactly how Lennox had built his bridge. None of us have actually ever seen, since 1935, inside the DMR bridge.
It's a project which has, every time you come on site, it gives you more surprises, more challenges. It is constantly changing.
We keep finding wonderful things, more and more important things as we open up the bridge. And so we have to be quite flexible in adapting our plans to try to incorporate this archaeology.
It's been a continuously changing work front to accommodate the extra finds. I think it's pretty great. It's great to be able to have that as part of our project. How it gets documented and recorded will be shown through the years to come, and we'll be able to say that we were part of the construction.
as the council, we're actually custodians of our public places and spaces, and also our built forms. So we are actually very important in the preservation of the Lennox Bridge, and we see that as part of our leading roles, making sure our heritage has a place in the future of the city.
There's many things about it. There's the unique way in which it was built. There's the fact that it's one of the oldest things in Parramatta, still standing. The thing is that people who live in Parramatta, it'd be great for them to be more aware of the historic heritage that they've got here. Now, I have driven over this bridge hundreds of times. I never thought about it. So you have to go down to the water on either side of it to really see it.
These portals are like a passage through the history of Parramatta. It's not just about the functional movement of pedestrians and cyclists. It's about being able to read, interpret, reveal for everybody's pleasure the history of Parramatta, which has been hidden.
Hi, I'm Councillor Scott Lloyd, Lord Mayor of Parramatta City. This Lennox Bridge portal is a really small part of a major link. Now we're able to access the river from both sides, linking everything together. Westmead, Parramatta Park, right through to the heart of the CBD and onward to Homebush. I urge everyone to come down to see the beautiful work that has been done to preserve this bridge. Without the work that was undertaken on this bridge, we would not have this bridge for another 50 or 100 years' time. This is a city that's going upwards and outwards, preserving our history but looking forward to the future.
It's great. You don't have to do the stairs. You can just go straight through to the park.
Come and enjoy it.
Yeah, come and enjoy it. It's good.
I think the boys will be very happy that they won't have to carry their bikes up the stairs now. They can ride straight along and underneath and keep going up to the park.
This will bring thousands of people on their bikes, in prams, in wheelchairs, to see our beautiful bridge, our beautiful city. So come on down, see the history in place. Parramatta, we're building Australia's next great city.